Alright, we are back, and today we are going to be talking about more wild 0 point theories. Yes, you heard that right. I believe there is a connection between Blitz Royale and the Rocket event in Season 4. Now, before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe so we can hit our goal of 800 subs, which I've been trying to hit for a couple years now, it seems. Now, starting things off, right? Two of the most talked about things in Fortnite right now, besides the Squid Games, Squid Grounds, we'll get to that in a minute, is Blitz Royale and the fact that we'll be able to re-experience that Rocket event in OG Fortnite. Now, this is really cool because this provides us with both a new experience in the form of Blitz Royale and a chance to relive old times or experience them for the first time, like myself, even though I'm a kind of an OG. I didn't actually watch the Rocket event. The first event that I ever watched was the Mech vs. Monster event. I know I'm an unk, but the idea is we get to experience this again, but there's storyline behind it because that's what Fortnite does best. Now, when we think about it, right, we know that the Visitor is back on the Season 4 map of Chapter 1, and you can see in his description, it's like with the 7 of us are attempting is very risky, Visitor reality unknown, blah, 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 blah. The point is, the 7 are very much back. Now, if we know anything about Fortnite, we know that the 0 point is at the center of everything. And since, there's 0 point shards, and when we think back to that time, at the time, I remember Loot Lake, underneath Loot Lake, there was the vault, and underneath... And in the vault there was a 0 point or whatever we see. But if you go to, remember I mentioned this earlier, if you go to the Chapter 6 Season 3, right? If you went to the I don't know, whatever city it was, Super City, I forgot the name of it, Utopia City. I don't think that's there anymore, but you can see there's like holographic like depiction of that vault from the Season 8 live event. But that vault is still there on that map. Now, how does this connect to Blitz Royale, you might ask? Well, something tells me that there's not just a 0 point shard on the Blitz Royale map, because it's very apparent that there's 0 point shards on all of these reload maps, as well as that one, and perhaps all the creative maps too. I mean, who knows? That the 0 point shard on there is different, because notice how all the rifts on that map are gold. Now, the thing about gold rifts is that normal rifts are like a whitish silveryish color, but these are gold rifts, so there's something different about this, and this has me to believe that there's like degrees in terms of power of 0 point shards, and this might be some kind of special 0 point shard. Now, my theory as to why these maps keep popping up is that we as loopers, or the Fortnite government or whatever, need to set up some battle royale. And okay, so this is like the imagined order, right? They need to set up some battle royale or whatever in order to go and extract that 0 point shard for whatever reason. I don't really know why they do it, but they do it. And so with Blitz Royale being a limited time event, it's going away in a few days. Now, the important part about this is that means a 0 point shard probably extracted by then, with the Rocket event, taking place not too long after. This has me to believe that that some faction out there, probably that imagined order. Alright, it could be those guys back in Chapter 4 Season 1. Remember those guys? I forgot what it was called. It was like the old imagined order or something. The Oathbound, whatever. Those guys kind of disappeared, but I think that they might be back in some form. That they are trying to piece this thing together. And as soon as that golden shard gets put in, alright, along with all the other 0 point shards that they've probably been collecting from all the reload maps and various other places, Ballistic, Rocket Racing, blah, blah, blah. They could create something that's very similar to a complete 0 point. And with that Rocket event, the 7 know that as soon as they make this thing, they're going to try to harness the power to get a hold of all the other realities, since they currently only have a handful of them. They want to get them all. So, someone else will probably know that there's less realities out there. I mean, as we know, less realities kind of kicked off Fortnite in general, save the world, but kind of important. And something tells me that as soon as the 0 point reactivates, that the last reality is probably going to know full and well that it's being reactivated. So they're probably gonna come for it. And if we remember, every time they show up, right, with the cube, for example, just a couple seasons after the Rocket event, when they first show up on Battle Royale, that cube nearly destroyed the island. Now imagine, with this new sort of rebooted map. Now whether this does actually take place in the past, I don't think it does. I think this is some kind of strange, not really strange, but I think the continuity has been changed ever so slightly. But with the skins being a little bit different, but the map still kind of being the same. This tells me that the last reality, since they exist outside of this OG sort of map, they kind of have their own little place. I don't know wherever that is, but they know that they could probably get into this 0 point as soon as it goes off. It only tells me that whatever new imagined order or whatever that is trying to piece together these 0 point shards on that OG map is not going to be ready for what's going to hit them. Alright? Because remember, last time the last reality greatly underestimated what it was going to take to capture this thing with a cube. Alright, they tried with a whole bunch of cubes, and that didn't even work. They tried, pulling up with a whole armada, that still didn't work. But now they probably have figured it out, since it's been a good few years since they showed up. And something tells me that the 7 are going to try to steal the 0 point, bust it out before the last reality can get to it and cause absolute mayhem. Now that is the end of this banger Fortnite theory. If you enjoyed, please smash a like button like I smashed yours. I'm just kidding. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.